In a couple minutes, we're going to get started with the overview. Let's wait for a couple more minutes for more people to join on. We're doing this overview live as it happens. So if the timer in the kitchen goes off, I got to go check on the lasagna. Y'all understand. Garfield is running around the apartment complex somewhere, and I have to protect the lasagna. So give me a couple minutes. We will get started. Y'all going to love this case, by the way. Trust me. Y'all are going to love this. And remember to like and subscribe and follow my social media platforms. Like I promised, I'm good at keeping my word to my audience. I think I can pretty much go with that. Again, in a couple minutes, we'll get started. A lot to cover, and I hope y'all have a lot of time with me tonight. It's been a long journey through this case, and it's been a long journey since I moved in to this apartment complex, which I hate to say this, we shouldn't move here. We should have looked at the reviews. Again, a couple more minutes, we'll get started. I gotta put some Dr. Pepper in my blood. I'm letting people know on social media that I am live before I get started, so that's a good thing. And yes, I am drinking Dr. Pepper cream soda. So if y'all missed that review, go back in my opinions and check out that review. It's yummy, yummy, delicious. In 60 seconds, we'll get started. I'm pulling everything up right now on my computer to give y'all a better idea of what we are putting up with here at Country Terrace Apartments and the corrupted property manager. Yes, I use corrupted, and I never do. So it's rare that I do. So I'm going to be looking on my court documents and talking to you at the same time. I have a heck of a lot of information for you guys, and I'm going to also give you the answer that the defendant came back with earlier today, and y'all not going to like it one bit. It's very frustrating that we have to go through all this, and I hope nobody has to go through all this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with this, with the overview. I'm going to start like I normally do. Hey, my name is Michael Palmer, and welcome to my program. So today we are going to do an overview of the case of Michael Palmer, which is myself, versus the Country Terrace Village Apartments. Case number or docket number, give me 2 seconds because my computer is going cuckoo and it hadn't had its Cocoa Pops. And I am funny, I am tired, so y'all give me a second to figure everything out. I don't know why it's taking its time. Not there it goes, but there goes my Gmail. So let's go ahead and get started with everything with the lease. So the lease started on February the 1st of 2020, and the lease will expire on March the 30th of 2021. Guys, we have the original lease in my hand, not the fabricated one. The fabricated one I just shown you on one of my other videos and also on social media. As you know, it is against the law to fabricate evidence in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Everybody knows that. I don't know why they fabricated the evidence, probably for personal gain. I have no idea. I'm not going to go in all details about that because I want to do a cut and shoot kind of broadcast here. So it started out on February the 1st, 2020, ended March 30th. It will end here shortly on March 30th, year of 2021. Since then, hopefully all this crap, hopefully my page, oh, there it goes. So let me give you a background of this case. Since prior to signing the lease, the defendant, the property manager, in full acknowledgement, started with the unprofessional conduct against our family, making up false claims after signing the lease as well. The defendant harassed, slandered, retaliated, intimidated, and making up false lease violations up to a false lease termination. Now, the property manager, full acknowledgement, has requested us to get out of here by January 31st of 2020. Guys, on their lease that they fabricated, now it's in court documents, they want us out a couple days ago. Yes, you can't fabricate a lease like that. It doesn't matter if there's COVID-19 going on and still in the red zone for Harris County. They don't give a rat's crap. They don't. They never have gave a rat's crap. Never. Ever. You only want to move in, and have you move out real quickly because you don't fit in pretty much. I'm not like that. I've always been nice to them. I always worked with them. I'm looking over here on my pedestal. Let's talk about the lease violations, the false lease violations. Making sure everything's in order. I have to keep everything in order for court tomorrow. So our first lease violation was on the 2nd or the February the 17th, 2020 was our first false lease violation. It said disturbance. Please be considerate of neighbors around you. Pretty much that was a false lease violation. I don't know what happened or anything, but I can tell you that our neighbors from sides on the other side of me, down below me and the other one, before I start with the neighbors kind of thing downstairs, but I'll start with that here shortly. This is absolutely false. We were never noisy or anything. Our neighbors will tell you the same thing. We're very quiet people. We are. We have done nothing to the folks here at Country Terrace Apartments. Never. The second violation was March the 12th, 2020. They claim I was cussing outside to construction workers and maintenance. I'm going to go through all the details here shortly about that. I don't cuss outside. I don't. Why? It doesn't solve nothing. They say that I did it, but they did not offer any evidence or any expert witnesses on this lease violation right here. By the way, the office probably disposed of the evidence, like always. Um, Another lease violation: keep batteries and smoke alarms for fire safety. Guys, I cook a lot of meat here, and I take out the battery when I cook meat. That day, the next day, they came in for inspection. They literally saw the battery, and because I forgot to put it back in, they literally saw the battery out of the alarm. Guys, come on. I'm human. I'm not a piece of machinery. If I am, you need to prove it right here, right now. They claimed that our apartment was dirty also on this inspection. Do not leave any food, trash, soiled diapers in the apartment, which we never do. Boss lies. I'm not going to go through that. This is private. This is very private. But I can tell you that they decreased on our rent just because of COVID. And they attempted to lie about the lease termination crap. You know, I get it. I really do. I really get it. You don't like some people. Well, some people don't like you either. I get it. You know, and that's the human nature. It's common sense, right? But it is what it is. But this is a friendly reminder that your lease will not be renewed. You have to vacate your unit on or before January the 31st, 2021 by midnight. If you have any questions, you can contact the office. Then the lease termination itself right here. The original, not the fabricated one. All residents, all occupants in possession of our apartment, which we're in right now, must leave, pretty much. Demand of possession is hereby made. You are hereby given notice to vacate the dwelling on or before midnight on February the 4th of this year. This year, after any notice failure to move out will result in appropriate legal action before the court. Delay or postponement of such actions shall not be consulted labor. Leslie has forgotten about the CARE Act plan. I'll go about that here shortly. I have the petition up now. I don't know why my computer was acting crazy like it always does, guys. And thank you for watching. I'm tired too. I got court in the morning, so I'm gonna hurry up and brush up, so I can let y'all go. So here's the facts. On January the 30th, 2020, and I'm reading this off the petition. The plaintiff signed the lease for Country Terrace Apartments, which is located in the 2500 block of East Wallaceville here in Hollis of Harris County, Texas. The defendant, Leslie, knowingly made false remarks to the plaintiff that the plaintiff came into the leasing office every hour for 2 days straight. Guys, I'm going to stop it right there for a second. Before we moved in here, we were in a hotel in Baytown. Somebody was fitting the hotel bill for us. So we didn't have money for bus fares. And it takes almost 2.5 hours to walk from where we were to Country Terrace Apartments. And I have pre-existing medical conditions that I can't walk far. Now, this bogus stuff that she's claiming, we're going to prove in court that she is a liar. We're going to prove it. She's trying to get it her way and only her way. And that's not how law works. Okay, let's continue. The unit which the plaintiff currently resides was under construction before we actually moved in. We were checking on it, and I was contacting on email and over the telephone on the status of the application, and also on the unit. We were checking on it. Sometimes I did walk up here, but not every hour. Come on, really? You're nuts. I don't have those type of legs. I don't have that type of money. You think I'm a bank? You think I own a banking institution? Do you think I have a money tree? If I do, where is it? Can you prove it right now in front of my face? I'm poor. Hello? Anybody has common sense? Oh, wait. Common sense is overrated right now. And that's a fact. Let's continue. The unit which the plaintiff currently resides in was under construction, which is checking the status of the application and the unit. Moreover, the plaintiff did not come every hour of the day because the plaintiff stayed in a hotel in Baytown, Texas. The plaintiff did not have that type of money to take the bus every hour of the day. The bus system was collecting fares before the COVID-19 outbreak. The day of the lease and the other required paperwork was filled out and signed by the plaintiff. The defendant made intimidating but threatening remarks against the plaintiff, and she quotes, "I will make sure you go back on the streets if your blinds get torn up." Pretty much her personal gain to move in other people. The plaintiff asked for a copy of the lease, but the defendant not only asked for what? The plaintiff said for Texas government assistance programs because they need a Terrace verification by law. And also Social Security income, they need verification as well. The defendant attempted to withhold the lease, which is a direct violation of Texas Property Code 92.024 B, subsection A, C, D, and another subsection A, M, B, and E. In the month of February of the year 2020, the plaintiff had to call the emergency line for the defendant due to a toilet overflowing in the unit. Yes, we had a plunger. But let's go on. When the defendant, Leslie, and the maintenance guy arrived at the unit to check the situation, Leslie asked the plaintiff, "Do you know how to use the plunger?" And she automatically assumed and said, "This is not an emergency." The plaintiff was trying to explain the issue, but the defendant was very argumentative, and she quotes, everything is new in this unit. However, the maintenance guy said, "This is on our side, not on the tenant." And the defendant said, "If you don't like it, you can move out." And she stormed out of here, just like that. She was done. She didn't want to hear it. Very rude. The plaintiff received a lease violation for disturbance of peace on February 17, 2020. Lastly, the defendant said that that the downstairs tenant stood outside at night and videotaped our kids being up late at night. At that time, the plaintiff did not have blinds in the windows because of an ongoing construction project on the property. The defendant said, "I saw the video that the downstairs tenant took, but the plaintiff asked to see the video, but the defendant quickly refused to show the evidence to the plaintiff and quickly said, 'I don't have the video to show you.' At night, the plaintiff keeps the hallway or bathroom light on as for a night light for the minors in the unit, which is my children. That's common sense. Because of the defendant stating all that, she violated the privacy of the tenant, Texas Penal Code 2115, and also case law Hamburger versus Eastman, 106 NH 107, 1964, and also West versus Media Gen Coverance Incorporated, 58 SW 3D 640 642-43. The defendant did not have a search warrant or a court order to videotape the inside of the apartment unit from the outside. The bathroom light or hallway light was turned on between the hours and still is between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. The following week of the incident, the plaintiff saw construction workers working on the downstairs unit right below us. The plaintiff questioned the workers, and the workers said, "No one lived down here since you guys moved in." And that is a fact. The defendant was fully aware of the disabilities of the plaintiff on the day of the lease being signed, including the minors, and medically proven chronic illnesses, which occasionally requires an electric run breathing machine. Get ready for this one. This is one of the lease violations I talked about. On March 12, 2020, the property disconnected the electricity to put in the brand new external boxes and cable on the side of our unit. A lot of people remember that day. That day, the allergy and pollen levels were moderate, which means the breathing machines could be used to administer the medications to the minors and to my wife. Now, when Centerpoint arrived on scene to disconnect the power, I had a quick conversation about the issue of the plaintiffs that were inside the unit here, that they might need the breathing equipment during the day. Now, Centerpoint refused to turn the lights back on. At the time, I called Harris County Sheriff's Department to report the electricity back on. I would not Centerpoint leave the area until law enforcement arrives. Now, when law enforcement arrived and knocked on our door, I explained the situation in full detail and shown evidence of the equipment and the medications or treatment for the minors and everybody in the unit. When the officer went downstairs, the defendant came up, knocking on our door and retaliating against us. And she quoted, "You are in lease violation for calling the police." Just like that. You're in lease violation. Not everything is considered a lease violation. You're just harassing the hell out of us. You know that. And which currently, according to the actual lease, and again, we have the lease right here. Can't cover this crap up. Hell no, you can't. It is not a lease violation by law to call the police against the property management. That's law also. The defendant knowingly lied to law enforcement to continue with the project, which caused harm to the minors that was on breathing equipment for that day. And those minors are special need kids. The defendant made up a false claim that states that the plaintiff used foul language against the maintenance and construction crew downstairs, but did not offer any supporting evidence or any witnesses to back the claim up. The notice of the lease violation is a form of retaliation. Furthermore, and therefore, the defendant violated Texas Civil Practice and Remedies Code Chapter 73, Texas Penal Code 3709, Texas Penal Code 3606, Texas Penal Code Chapter 37, Texas Property Code Section 92.004, and furthermore, 18 U.S. Code Chapter 73, 1512, to preserve the project more than the safety and well-being of tenants and minors in the complex. There was a notice that was sent out, but the plaintiff could not afford a hotel room for 24 hours our friends, well, they're very limited, but they did not have Space Force, and they're not even nearby. The, if the plaintiff, like myself, did yell foul language, it is not against the law, which I did not use foul language. The reason why it's not against actual state law, and it's been argued in court plenty of times, guys, it falls under the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. It's a hot topic. It's a debate. I know that. But it only comes against the law. And listen here, guys, and this is actual law. It only becomes against the law if the plaintiff threatened anyone in the incident. Watts versus United States, 1969, and also Cohan versus California, 1971. Those are the two major case laws to really look into. Moreover, the defendant allows vulgar language of the opposite race, which is African Americans, to cuss outside during day and night. But she ain't gonna let anybody else do it. The electricity was supposed to be disconnected between 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Some tenants got the power turned back on around 1 a.m. on March 12, 2020, but the plaintiff in this incident did not get the electricity to our unit turned on until 10 a.m. on March 12, 2020. So we were unable to cook for 24 hours or provide the necessary medical treatments which were required that day. We weren't. We don't have that type of money. COP actually claimed that the apartment manager pays for our electric bill. I have an electric bill, by the way, from Reliant Energy, and it will hold in court. I pay the electric bill around here, not her. I have a lot of evidence. The plaintiff had to throw out at least almost $200 worth of food because the food lost temperature due to the power outage. I'm not going to get the kids sick. According to the safety regulations of FDA, they recommend that the food in the refrigerator and freezer remains at least 40 degrees Fahrenheit or below to prevent foodborne illness. The plaintiff, my wife, by the way, paid the rent with a money order one day. And she was talking to her brother, which is located in New York. And it's rare that we talk to him. It's rare. We talk to him online, but not over the telephone. When we were paying our rent, the defendant threw a very unprofessional attitude and literally demanded the plaintiff to get off the phone in a very unprofessional way. According to the witness on the phone, which is Morgan's brother, he could hear Leslie literally yelling at Morgan. According to him, he said, please, all of this is her, quote, end quote. This is what she said. Please hang up the phone. Please hang up the phone right now. No, now or I will not help you. The plaintiff said, no, it's my brother that lives out of state. And the defendant said, I'm done. She didn't want to deal with it no more. In September 2020, the defendant only wrote a false lease termination without merit. Texas law does not allow property managers or owners to terminate a lease and force a tenant to move out before the expiration of the lease. In the month of October 2020, the defendant was fully aware and saw the plaintiff riding on an electric scooter prior to a lease violation. Guys, if you've seen me before around the complex and seen a scooter, guys, it's not gas operated, fully electric. It's stupid how she handled it. Very stupid. So the defendant saw the plaintiff ride an electric scooter between the months of June 2020 to October 2020. The defendant not only wrote a false lease violation and wrongfully accused me that it was a health hazard and it was gas-powered. The plaintiff reminded the defendant that it was an electric scooter. It had to take one of the construction workers, which was a contractor on the property during the time, to verify that it was an electric scooter. Even I brought out the power plug to prove it. It was visible the whole time. It's to charge the device. The contractor started at the top. I'm friends with a lot of contractors here on the property, by the way. They know us pretty well. The defendant saw the charger in the basket of the electric scooter during the incident. The plaintiff used the electric scooter to go shopping to nearby grocery stores or other retailers to provide needs for the family. I do not own a gas-powered vehicle of any kind. Really, I don't. Usually I do the scooter or I take the stinking bus. The plaintiff did hand back the false lease violation to the defendant. The defendant then first wanted to not accept it back, being stubborn. The defendant only sent a reminder to the plaintiff of a lease termination to move out before January 31st, which is a clear violation of state law. The lease, we already talked about when the lease expires. It's in March, not in January. Duh. I guess it takes a rocket scientist to point out the truth now. But the truth shall set you free, right? The defendant only goes to our neighbors and the other units aside from us, even on the first floor, to gather information about our family and question if we are a noisy bunch. The plaintiff, which is myself, approached the neighbors ongoingly. We're friends with a lot of people. Yeah, we are. Friends with our next door neighbor. Friends with downstairs. Blah, blah, blah. This is ongoingly, people. But we have enough evidence and witnesses. And Leslie has a problem with it. The neighbors told Leslie they don't hear us at all. But Leslie's being Leslie and ignoring the actual facts. The neighbors told us that they can hear us, and they don't have a problem with us, and the matter is inside a unit. The defendant only is in direct violation of pretty much slander. We got her on that one, by the way. A lease violation or termination of lease cannot be measured on what normal noise is by state law. Normal noise in Texas, and this is law, guys. Normal noise in Texas is children playing, cleaning, running a vacuum, or moving furniture for cleaning or rearranging. You cannot measure a lease violation over that. You cannot say it's loud noise. It's going to be noise for a second, but you know what? Our downstairs neighbors, they don't care. I talk to them on a regular basis. They said they don't mind our children being running around up here. But Leslie has a problem with that. Ongoingly, there's been monthly inspections for the plaintiff's unit. Our construction, really, I get that. According to the lease, the property management can routinely do inspections that are supposed to be done every 6 months. Not every month. It's supposed to be every 6 months, according to the lease. The plaintiff sends the defendant a notice or agreement of terms due to the increased threat of the COVID to limit to suspend the inspections unless there is an emergency. Oops, I just turned the page for a second. Sorry about that. The owners that own the apartment complex agreed to the terms that we had, and the office had a copy of the terms, but did not comply with it. We have evidence of that, by the way. Just recently, we had an inspection that violated the lease agreement. in an agreement made with the owners of the property. The defendant knowingly wrote the agreement for personal gain to write a false lease violation against us. On November 10, 2020, the plaintiff went to the store, and when we returned from the store, and there was no prior notice of inspections or somebody coming in to spray for bugs, no notice. When we came in, our kitchen cabinets were open. The defendant only did not give the plaintiff 24 hours advance notice according to the lease agreement. The defendant did not have proper cause to enter, and after catching her writing on that false claim on that inspection, that entry was confirmed by law to be an act of retaliation and harassment against us. Okay, bring that over. I'm going to go over that possibility. Guys, my wife is right here.
I think that's one of the papers that we saw on there, one of the exhibits. Look at the date, not the same date she put down.
Yeah, we're gonna follow that. We found something we just found something, guys, and this is breaking news that we just found something, another piece of evidence that the defendant. Sorry about that, guys. The defendant has literally falsified another proof of evidence. Here's one evidence right here, and we're gonna be found that tonight. By the way, before court. They're going to see that Leslie is not who she thinks she is. Guys, the termination of the lease is in direct violation of CDC recommendations due to COVID-19 and also the CARE Act. CDC and all public officials have ordered all property owners and management to cease the termination of lease until the COVID is under control. You saw what Biden did. He did it right, and now they're not too happy with Biden when it comes to kicking us out. We're absolutely standing up for our rights, pretty much. The plaintiff, which is me, of course, of this ridiculous case, has not had a equal of right to quiet enjoyment time during a lease agreement due to the ongoing issues that is illegal under the defendants. We have now proved that the owners of the property, including the management, are aiding and abetting the property manager here, unlawful actions against us. We have attempted to communicate with the owners on numerous occasions, by the way, but they not only allowed Leslie to continue with her unlawful actions with no merit against us. Wow. We have a strong case, don't we? Guys, I'm going to go to the revised version of our petition now. And we're going to go over that real fast. Again, I am tired. But also at the same time, I want to give you the answer that the defendant gave us today in time for court. Let me look at my YouTube real fast. I'm looking at my chat real fast before we go on, guys. So give me 2 seconds. Did they take anything out of the cover boards? No, they didn't actually. Everything was still in it. What's funny is I'm going to tie it in with your question is the paperwork that we have is on the left side of the sink that you saw. This is just half of the crap paperwork, the original lease and everything. Everything. Guys, I can tell you, I have a fight on me. I'm exhausted, and I'm stressed out, I'm tired. You can see that right now. Been talking with you for 40 minutes, but they did not take anything out of our cover boards. Pretty much they're breaking and entering our place without proper calls. Some of y'all know about my. I'm gonna go back here shortly um, to the amended petition. I'm gonna go back to that here shortly. I need y'all to know one thing. I need you to know about the proposed order for the emergency temporary restraining order, temporary injunction, and permanent injunction. I need you to know that.
Well, Daddy.
Everybody meet Junior. He's 4 years old. It's okay.
Okay.
I need to give him a haircut, by the way. Sorry about that, guys. My life is a living hell right now. And sorry for cussing. And my lasagna is done. Pulled out of the oven. So we're going to talk about this TRO. Guys, I can tell you I'm not an experienced attorney, but I have learned a hell of a lot of law since we moved in. So if you have a question about a certain statute law or property code, get with me. I can't give you legal advice, but I can point you in the right direction.
I'm not a lawyer either, and I know what she did with forgery.
We're gonna talk about the forgery here shortly. Excuse my language. That was total bullshit. Excuse my language, guys. I'm sorry. Y'all know me. I don't cuss. God. Y'all know I don't cuss. And I just did online. I'm so sorry. I can't take that back. At all. So let me look for this one piece of document. I'm so embarrassed. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting heated up. I bet y'all would too if y'all get pissed off at something or someone. Let me look at one of my documents. I think this is nope, not that one, not yet. Guys, I'm operating my Drive account, so give me a second. We have a lot to review still. So y'all bear with me. My computer's probably speeding up a little bit. Oh, rat poop. Where the heck did I put it? Let me check in this. Guys, I work for the news, and I'm a reporter on the side. Y'all know that. Some of y'all know that. And I hate reporting news such as this. You know what? I'm going to Harris County real fast. This will be faster. I promise this will be faster. Oh, wait. I already have it up. My bad. So let's talk about the TRO real fast, which is temporary restraining order, injunction, everything. Guys, you know I'm a writer. I'm a creative writer by experience. For what I do in this proposed order was 17 pages long. And you can view it publicly on the clerk's website when you have time. I want to give you the background of this TRO, guys. Then I'm going to back up a little bit and answer more questions. The background, pretty much what I just told you about a few moments ago was the background, just part of the background. We're going to talk about the amended petition here shortly, and this will go with the TRO. You know that the property manager harassed, slandered, retaliate, intimidate, making a false claims, violation, termination stuff. She wanted us out on the 31st. He didn't give a damn if it's red zone or COVID's around. Y'all know that. Excuse my language again. I'm tired, getting cranky, and I have court in the morning. Guys, we filed this under the Discovery Rule Level 2, which is Rule 190 of the Texas Rules of the Civil Procedure. Okay, y'all need to know that. Level 2 is very important that you need to know. You can do a lot with Level 2. You have a lot of ground to cover with Level 2 as well. I think I covered a lot of ground with y'all tonight, just in the last 40 minutes. And y'all know I don't lie either. So, what I'm going to read right here on the TRO was probably, it's on the amended petition that we filed with the court just recently. So we're probably not just going to, we're going to skip over the amended petition. Y'all can look at it. But it's pretty much the same crap I talked about. Okay, but I added more. Y'all ready? It's about the claims. You ready? False allegations, guys. Y'all know I was in a hotel in Baytown named America's Best Value Inn in Baytown. I was coming back from Kerrville, Texas, visiting family. Guys, money was tight, so it was highly impossible for myself to come every freaking hour to the leasing office. I know I sound like I'm repeating myself, but y'all need to know this. I do not own a normal vehicle like y'all do. Really, I don't. I wish I had one, but I don't. If I had one, I'd do DoorDash every day. Make more money. And that's the truth. I'm a DoorDash driver on the side once in a blue moon. If I have time to do that, I'd do it on my silly scooter. Or somebody drives me around for half a day. She was claiming I came every hour of the day. That's very impossible. We were in the hotel for over 2 weeks before I signed the stupid lease. The Church of Latter-day Saints in Baytown had a member of the congregation help us with the hotel stay and with the food, of course, until we moved into our apartment unit. Guys, y'all know about our smartphones. You're able to turn on the location stuff to track minors and whatnot, your kids. My smartphone is owned by intermediaries, and the location, guys, was enabled the whole time. The whole time. So whatever she said will not match up what I have. So all her bullshit crap, I can tell you it's illegal. The location is able to actually put a record in your Google account where a person visited that day, including the time, plus show live updates to, of course, my supervisor and also my sexy wife. I'm about to say, go get me a beer after all this crap. Guys, you know I've been in direct contact before I ever moved in this place. I think I was about to say another word. I was communications were ongoing. I wasn't harassing anybody. Perry County Transit at that time, prior to the COVID, was charging $1 in bus fare for one way. So me coming to the stinking leasing office every day, all day long, what would common sense would tell you? Really? Again, common sense is overrated now. Screw it, right? Guys, I would have walked 6.3 miles. Again, that would take two hours at least to walk from that hotel to here. It says on Google Maps also. I'm going to show you something about my career system, and it's not treated. I have a medically proven case of moderate to severe case of nerve damage from the waist down. Both legs, both feet. And if I walk that far every day, all day long, that would result in further damage. It's medically proven. That defendant downstairs failed to offer supporting evidence to show that I visited this place every day, every hour to check the status of the construction project and where I'm at now. Oh God, what a day. On the day of when we were signing a release and their paperwork for a federalized or state program, in her words, I'll make sure you get back on the streets, pretty much. So she wants us evicted over her personal gain, pretty much. That is very unethical. I'm gonna run over this code, this Texas property code again for y'all. Y'all need to know this when y'all rent a apartment anywhere in Texas. Y'all need to know this. Landlords are obligated to give you a copy of the lease. They are obligated, even if you don't ask for it. According to Texas Property Code 92.024. You can look at subsections in Google search. Also obligated under Texas Property Code 92.024, ABCDE, landlord's duty to provide a copy of the lease, Texas Property Code 92, to make a copy regardless of ask. She had a problem with us asking for a copy of the lease. She didn't want to, which is direct violation of Texas Property Code 92.024 or B, subsection A, C, D, subsection A, and B and E. There we go. And we can prove that in a heartbeat. Guys, it's all about standing up for your rights. It is. Y'all know that. I don't have to go through pages after pages after pages of evidence to show that somebody downstairs is in the wrong and trying to kick us out for standing up for our rights. Y'all know that. Y'all really know that. I don't know what to say. I'm still speechless. My wife is pissed off like I've never seen before. You know, with all this bull crap, you know, I'm surprised she still has a job around here. I was gonna, let me go back to the restraining order real fast, guys. I'm gonna go to the amended petition real fast. We're gonna talk real fast. I'm gonna go eat some dinner. Sorry, I'm zooming down on my mouse real fast. No, I do not have COVID. It's this, my sinus starting up. Somehow they are not wanting to get lined back up to our southeastern environment. I was in New York for a while, in a country area of New York, in the hills section. So it's a little bit different up there than down here when you want to talk about allergies, sinuses, environments, whatnot. So I do not have COVID. How lucky. I haven't had it since the outbreak, and I ain't going to get it. Cross my fingers, right? Let me see. I'm looking for something right now, guys, so give me 2 seconds. So, in the case for tomorrow, out here, I have a feeling it's going to not go in their way really fast. I'm asking the court for this judgment, and why I'm slowing down is very serious. A very serious matter, and I'm not taking it lightly. I do not like seeing people get terminated from a job. I'm not like that. I'm not all about blackmail. I don't believe in that either. My dad taught me right. He's a Vietnam veteran that just passed away recently. He would kick my butt if I did all that crap. Yeah, I'm asking the court this, and it's the relief. Golly. I think y'all know where I'm going to be aiming to right now. I did not want to go this far. Y'all know me pretty well. I'm a Christian. I go to church when I can. But seeing people act like this is very childish. I can tell you that now. The relief is very serious, guys. And this is what it takes to get somebody booted out here. It's going to happen. I'm asking the court to court order that Leslie gets terminated from staff for safety of the well-being and the safety of everybody on this property, all the tenants, including us. I'm asking the court to do that tomorrow. I didn't want to go that far. She pushed the button that shouldn't have been pushed, and now she's sliding on court documents. I did not want to go that route. Y'all know me. The second thing for the judgment. The judge grants me to stay on a unrestricted term and be granted to review the lease due to the unethical behavior of the defendant. The third thing. I know this is not going to happen, but this is also serious. That the defendant admits to the wrongdoing to us. Admits in person, pretty much. Not in writing, but in person. The fourth thing. The defendant admits that they were aiding and abetting Miss Leslie due to the current findings in our evidence. I want the judge to charge them to the fullest extent of the law because of all the horse crap drama that we had to put up with since day one. I'm going back and forth a lot, so give me 2 seconds, guys. I want to talk about what the defendant just sent me. Y'all gonna be pissed, really pissed. It will go against everything that we talked about today in this broadcast. I had a feeling that it's gonna go this route. Really, I had a real good feeling. They literally lied on court documents today to get it their way. I'm only asking for $500,000 emotional distress and other damages. These idiots think I don't deserve it. I'm going to read the brief background, word by word. Y'all can get pissed all y'all want. I'm still pissed off to a point where I want to go across the way to that corner store and get me a cold one. because this is very unethical. I don't know what the heck to say. I'm still kind of shaken about it. This is coming from their attorney's office. They hired a attorney, a well-accomplished attorney in Houston, by the way. Um, I'm going to just start with a brief background. Y'all going to see everything else later on in public records anyways. This claim arises out of the plaintiff tenancy at the apartment complex managed by a dependent LCJ company, or management, LCJ management, sorry about that. Plaintiffs appear to take issues with the decision by LCJ does not renew plaintiff's lease, which expired on July 31st, 2020. Y'all seen the lease, they lied. In the original petition filed on November 11th, 2020, plaintiffs allege negligence and seek monetary damages for past and future mental anguish and impairment, which is, I'm going for that, by the way. $500,000 worth of it, because all this bull crap. On or about October the 1st, 2020, the plaintiffs were notified that their lease would not be renewed when it ended on January 31st, 2020. Again, lied. Perjury, right there. When the plaintiffs failed to leave the apartment on January 31st, 2021, plaintiffs received a notice to vacate on or before midnight on February the 4th, 2021. Sorry about that. On February 1st, 2021, plaintiffs filed their motion to seek temporary restraining order or a temporary injunction in a permanent injunction, seeking the following relief. And we already talked about it. Let's talk about it again. Termination of defendant Leslie employment by the defendant LCJ. Grant of stay of any eviction for unrestricted term. And you heard what I said. They just kind of twisted everything around to make it look like they're the good guys and I'm gonna shut up about that. The third thing, defendants admit wrongdoing and defendants admit that they aided and abetted defendant Paulton in some unsuspected manner. We already talked about it. They lied. They put words in my mouth. Let's go down to the argument. Y'all ready for this one? Their argument's dead like roadkill. Y'all know that. I'm a native Texan. I know what roadkill is. This is roadkill. As an initial matter, it is not clear that the plaintiff has satisfied, which is total bull crap, while the plaintiff asserted a negligent cause of action in their original petition and their request for injunctive relief. Negligence is not mentioned, which is bullcrap, nor clear what is recognized by the action that are asserted. They posted some kind of freaking case law behind that, which is stupid. Furthermore, plaintiffs' assertions of intimate harm seek to be premised on the assertion that they have the right to continue tenancy at this apartment complex. Guys, our lease did not expire, and they claim it did. They lied to the court already. Plaintiffs have no such right to tenancy beyond terms of lease. Duh, we know that. However, this stinking document right here, the original freaking lease, will hold in court, any courtroom, even the Texas Supreme Court. We ain't moving out till March 31st, 2021, according to the original lease. There are, however, even more fundamental issues with the plaintiff's request. Yeah, you're stupid. Thank you. I wasn't talking to the audience here. I'm talking to the attorneys that went to school and lost their common sense when they pretty much got their degree in something that we're dealing with today. This court has a broad description when it comes to granting injunctive relief. It is unlikely, blah, 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 blah. They don't want to deal with it. They're lying to the court. In the prayer, Country Terrace Departments, LCJ companies, Leslie Paulton and Karen Houston respectively request that the plaintiffs' proposed order for emergency temporary restraining order, temporary injunction, and permanent injunction be denied. Defendants also request such further relief, whether law or equally, to which defendants may show themselves justly entitled. I got a surprise for you. And I'm going to go to the default. Not default, but go to the amended petition. Y'all love surprises, right? I do. I really do. I got to open up this file real fast. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, Jesus. Guys, I'm going to win this one. No doubt about it. At least win part of it. I gave my response back to the defendant. I literally gave them a response with evidence to show that they are in the wrong. And by the way, the court did not honor their answer yet. And also my answer. It's going to be done in the morning. Guys, this is what I said in my answer to the defendant. Y'all ready for this one? To the honorable judge of the said court, comes now as myself, filed this answer with exhibits that would respectfully show the court applicable evidence that the applicee defendant created new lease and fabricated the dates in and or evidence without our consent. The original lease shown in our evidence shows that our lease expires on March 30, 2021. Please see our exhibits that contain the original date of the expiration. The defendant promptly claimed that our lease ended on January 31st, 2021. I wrote my prayer like I always do. I always pray. I'm a Christian. Go figure, right? I pray that this court reviews the evidence and denies all accusations of the defendant. Furthermore, criminally charge the defendant with attempt fraud, fabricating evidence, and perjury to the fullest extent of the law. And I wrote that myself. I didn't have to go to no freaking law school, guys. For real, I didn't go to law school. It sounds good, right? I'll look at your comments here shortly. I want to go to the, what did I say? Amended petition. Then I'm going to look at some of your comments and answer your questions. I know y'all have a lot of questions, and I'll answer them. Right now, I'm looking at the amended petition that I filed on the 21st. I'm no longer using defendant or anything else. This is strictly professional now in case I have to go to the Texas Supreme Court. I have a feeling that we're probably going to end up going to that direction. The way the case is looking right now. Even though it's a level, even though it's a case of common sense, you know, it's an open close type of case. I don't know what to say. But let's go ahead. I want to talk about the discovery plan. As I mentioned earlier, y'all need to know this. The discovery in this case is extended to be conducted under level 2 of rule 190 of the Texas Rule of Civil Procedure. I'm only seeking monetary relief aggravating over $15,000, including costs, prejudgment interest, and attorney fees. You saw what the clowns just said. You heard it for yourself. I'm reading it word by word. And this is not third grade reading level either. Let's talk about venue and jurisdiction. The venue is proper pretty much in Harris County because the defendant works within Harris County, Texas. Pretty much this place is in Harris County, Texas. It's common sense. The amount in controversy is within the jurisdictional limits of the said court. I'm seeking only monetary relief of $500,000 or less, including damages of any kind, emotional distress, penalties, costs, expenses, prejudgment, entries, and attorney fees. You heard it for yourself. They twisted the facts around, make their side look pretty, which is total bullcrap. In my amended petition, and I'm going to read word by word, and we're on page 4 of the petition, by the way, already. The amended petition, page 4. On January the 30th, myself signed a lease for this so-called apartment complex. I didn't word it like that in the petition. I'm just ad-libbing. Which is located in the 2500 block of East Wallsville Road here in Highlands, which is in Harris County. Y'all don't mind if I ad-lib a little bit. I love ad-libbing. Gotta live life once, right? So before I signed the paperwork and that so-called lease that we have right here, apparently she doesn't agree with it. Lastly, the property manager started in her unethical conduct by falsely claiming that we came into the leasing office every day and every hour to check the progress of the apartment unit that was under a renovation project before the actual move-in date. So, y'all gonna love this part. I was in the hotel, like I said. She's starting up false allegations on us. Even if we're in a hotel. What kind of hogwash is that? Alright? So how in the hell is it possible for me to come here every hour, every day to the leasing office, walking up here, riding on the bus, even though I can't do that crap? Can't afford it. Can't walk that far. How in the hell your statement matches? I have witnesses. I have a lot of witnesses. That leasing, that property manager knows I ain't got a stupid vehicle. Plus, I didn't know anyone that could drive us around every day, every hour of the day. I didn't know anybody that could do that. People work. Again, I'm ad-libbing. Y'all can go on public records, look at the petition. Guys, I've been in a hotel over 2 weeks prior of signing this stupid lease. She's saying something different. Pretty much. I'm not going to read word by word, but you know where I'm coming from. Guys, according to Google Maps, I wouldn't make it that far. You know that. I already told you what my resistance is. Again, no supporting evidence from Leslie. All these false allegations. No supporting evidence from her. If it's evidence, then it's fabricated to make her look good. He ain't gonna look good after tomorrow, I can tell you that now. I don't have to go through that. It's pretty much almost the same crap I said in the original petition, but I worded it more professionally and added more case law, or more law, pretty much. So let me go down to let's talk about the request of disclosure. Pursuant to Texas Rules Civil Procedure 194, I'm requesting the defendant to disclose within 50 days of service of this request the information or materials described in the Texas Rule of Civil Procedures. Pretty much their evidence. They have failed to release their evidence, and they were court ordered to release it in the last hearing. They still did not do that. Any evidence right now, the way it's looking, will be fabricated. So I don't give a care what kind of evidence they have now, because I know it's fabricated. But I am still required by law to have a copy of it. And it's law. So it's kind of crazy, ain't it? They're trying to withhold evidence. And if they do show it, it's fabricated to make them look good. But they have forgotten. I have my own evidence. I have a feeling that's why that she came in, opened up all the cabinets to look for our evidence, to try to destroy it. Actions speak louder than words. Rule 193.7, notice. I'm going to say this. The plaintiff hereby gives actual notice to the defendant that any and all documents produced may be used against the defendant at any pretrial proceeding and or at trial of the matter without the necessity of authenticating the documents. They just broke Rule 193.7 by fabricating evidence. That's what's going to get them in trouble tomorrow. You know it's going to happen. They really did that. Let's talk about the damage real fast. Now I got to charge up my laptop battery. By the virtue of the actions, and this is word by word, pretty much. I'm going to add a little bit, if that's okay. By the virtue of the actions of the conduct of the defendant set forth above, the defendant was, I was seriously emotional distress as a plaintiff since January 31st, 2020, until present, and is entitled to recover the following damages. Now listen to this one, guys, and this is word by word on my document that I have filed in the court. This is the amended one. You ready for this one? $300,000 in suffering and mental anguish. The reason why that, I'm thinking about my kids and my wife. They deserve it. They went through hell in a handbasket. Part B, additional $200,000 in past and present and mental and physical impairment. For the reasons above, I am entitled to recover the damages from the defendant in the amount within the jurisdiction limits of the court, as well as pre- and post-judgment interest. Jury demand. I have requested for a jury. I'm not that stupid. I know they left already. The judge's going to see that tomorrow. Let's talk about calls of action real fast on this amended petition. Count 1. This is for Ms. Wesley. Count 1, retaliation and intimidation. Count 2, harassment. Count 3, discrimination of race. Count 4, slander. Count 5, harming minors with special needs. That's a tough one, but I can prove it. Count 6, perjury to state government agency. Now I'll talk about that here shortly. Count 7, perjury to law enforcement official. Count 8, tampering with evidence. Count 9, obstruction of justice. Count 10, witnesses tampering. Pretty much tampering with witnesses. Cause of action for Ms. Houston and LCJ companies. Count 1, hindering apprehension or prosecution. Count 2, obstruction of justice. Count 3, aiding and abetting. Let's talk about this state stuff real fast, and I'm going to end it. I got some stuff I got to do to get prepared for court. This is another serious note, and I don't think that I have to have all these screens up now. I'm going to talk to you heart by heart. So how do I do all this? I'll minimize that because I need that in the morning. So let's talk about the state thing. Where do I start from? This is funny because I filed a civil rights issue against Leslie, and she lied to the state. Yeah, she did. By the way, I won that case. By the way, the Texas Workforce and Commission Civil Rights Division. Have you ever had a problem with problems like I'm having? Go to the state. Guys, she literally lied to the state. I don't think I have to go further. She said that she had no knowledge of everything. Guys, this is bullcrap. She lied to the state, and I can prove it. I actually have documents that I filed in the court to show evidence that she lied to the state. Go figure, right? She don't know when to stop lying. But she is caught red-handed lying, and she ain't going to get away with it. So, I'm going to go down through some of these comments real fast, and I'm going to end it. I'm sorry for our 22-minute broadcast. I'm tired. I look like Tweety lines for me right now. That's how tired I am. Alright, did that one. Alright, guys, let's talk about the property. There was a comment from Christina. There had to be cameras asked for the see the footage. There is no cameras around here. I always walk the property when I just want to clear my mind. And I never see a camera around here. If there is, it's hidden. It's kind of stupid how everything is going on right now. But I don't know what to do except pray to God about tomorrow. Because I still have this to file in court that shows the date. And the defendant, literally, you see this date right here? The defendant said something different. Guys, I'm waiting till the last second to file this because I want the defendant to be surprised. It's a very smart move of me. Again, I'm not an attorney, but I think I will go to law school eventually, maybe. But just to end this broadcast, Leslie wants us out. She falsified on release, fabricated on release. I think y'all seen the pictures in social media. If this ain't crap right here in my holding, the original release, I'm going to prove this is the original release tomorrow in court. This is an open shut case. I will get that restraining order and the injunction. You know that. There is no way in hell that they're going to win. Not like this. They want to win. They're trying to sugarcoat it. And it ain't going to happen. Not in Texas. If I win, she ain't gonna have a job. She's gonna be flipping burgers somewhere if she ain't in jail. Guys, this is guys, I don't know how to say this, but that property manager downstairs is facing multiple felony and misdemeanor charges right now because of all the bull crap she did. And they're trying to sugarcoat saying that she didn't do it, even though I have enough evidence to support my claim. Any comments? Any questions? Go ahead and ask now. It's been a long broadcast, pretty much the overview. I'm going to get some rest here shortly. I want to go. I have some stuff I got to do. Eat me some dinner. That's one of y'all wanted me to take out. But I got lasagna cooked. But I will tell you this before I do this. Go ahead and ask questions in chat, guys. We have proven that Leslie has forged my wife's signature on several documents. We have evidence of that, according to the new documents that the defendant sent to us today. Signatures were forged, and we can prove it tomorrow, or even in pretrial. Our pretrial is set for next year in January. And I have a lot of witnesses coming up to me right now, and I could use more. But again, this is an open shut case. This is jury trial, guys, coming up in next year. But tomorrow is this that little 30-minute hearing that would probably save my rear end from getting homeless with my kids. Even though she's gonna attempt to do all that crap, I have learned something different that they don't want you to learn. I think I covered that in social media. There's a law in Texas that allows you to, if you have an eviction case, and I'm going to tell you this, if you have a eviction case right now, you've been served papers by the court, and you have to go to court, you can request a judge for a hardship stay, which means you have to provide enough evidence, like a budget. If you're on Social Security, you have to show that, like the warrant letter, and other documents to support that you are having a hardship right now. A lot of people don't know that. That's a hardship stay. Sorry, I'm tired. A lot of people don't know that, but it's law, and landlords don't like it. But right now, what difference does it make? I'm going to kick her butt in court tomorrow. I'm going to prove my side, and she's pretty much over if the judge grants that. Guys, I've been with y'all for an hour 28 minutes. I know y'all worried about me. I'm going to come back online tomorrow, give you the update on the verdict. I'm only going to do it on this channel on YouTube. It's going to be, my court is at 9 o'clock in the morning. I will then contact my close family before I get online with y'all. So the verdict is tomorrow on whether if Leslie stays or goes, and whether I stay or go. We don't have anywhere else to go. We can't stay in a homeless shelter. And being this close to the end of the school year, we do not want to go anywhere. I don't know anymore, but I'm praying to God that something's going to happen in our favor tomorrow. Anything else I need to cover? I think that's it. I had a lot of people viewing me. Now there's only 2. What happened? Everybody went to bed? What's today? Oh well. Guys, that's it for now. Tomorrow I'll be back on. I'm going to probably do a live broadcast of the verdict. Around between 11 and 1 o'clock tomorrow. It's going to be a live broadcast of the verdict. We'll post on social media everywhere. Then we're going to go from there. Any questions? No? Y'all good? All right. I like to end my broadcast. Y'all know me on my live broadcast sometimes. I like to say, God bless you, may God bless America, and may God bless Baytown. Have a great evening. Be careful, and see y'all tomorrow.